Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moletrap here, coming at you. And no, you're not dreaming. This is actually happening. I know it hasn't happened in a while, but this is actually a dual commentary between Moletrap and Diggity. It's been a while, I know, but we've both been busy at different times, so it hasn't quite worked out. But I'm very excited to say that we are going to be doing some very, very fun games here, hopefully, obviously. We're going to be doing the entirety, if we can manage it, of WeMade versus Air Force, and it's going to be fun. There's some really, actually pretty good matchups set up in this set. I'm actually looking forward to them. Even though they're not like the top biggest names, they're going to be really fun to watch, I think. And to start us off, we actually have NaDa versus YellOw, the real YellOw. And these are two of the oldest players in StarCraft that are still playing. And not exactly a rivalry going on here, but it's going to be interesting since this is actually a rematch. They were both in the finals of a recent the IESF tournament, and it was an invitational. It's kind of like an old folks tournament, basically, you know. And NaDa and YellOw played in the finals, and so if you don't want that spoiled, even though it was weeks ago, you need to go back now because I'm going to spoil it right now. NaDa actually stomped on YellOw 2-0 in the finals of that match, so NaDa the definite favorite in this match here, but we haven't seen him play in any public star leagues, any non-special events since July. So that's one of the reasons why we're casting this. It's good to have NaDa back on TV again, and we'll get to see how he plays.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see NaDa playing in particular. There were kind of rumors floating about that IESF was going to be his last tournament. And that really scared me because I love NaDa, absolutely love NaDa. Sorry about the long delay. Yeah, we've just been busy at different times, mostly. We've still been doing a couple commentaries here and there. We didn't already mention the colors. The 6 o'clock location, we have YellOw in red. Looks like he has gone for a 12 hatch, I believe, 12 o'clock position. Well, 1 o'clock position, we have NaDa in teal. And this is going to be actually, I think, a tough map for NaDa because as long as YellOw plays economic... That's the thing, actually. As long as YellOw plays kind of the safe economic game, he'll end up being successful, but we all know that that's not what YellOw's MO is. His MO is the big, fast, aggressive, kind of all-in, cheesy style, and NaDa's beating him to it, building a factory right in the middle of the map.
Wow, factory, and he's taken all of his SCVs off gas as well, which means we're probably going to see him just send out a vulture or two to do some harassment. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually puts down a command center next and just kind of uses the factory to cover and distract YellOw while he gets an economy going. But we could see him do something else also. We could see him go into a bio build or something like that, but that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen here. But yeah, right in the middle of the map, and even though YellOw has sent out a drone scout, it doesn't look like he's actually going to scout this at all, since his drone has actually gone around the side of the map, and he's not going to have any clue at all. He's getting to the ramp, and the 2 Marines are going to stop him from getting up the ramp, so he's not even able to see the refinery or anything like that. Vulture is now being produced, I think. So, yeah, YellOw could be in trouble here. I don't think he has anything right now to deal with this. It's a very, very fast factory, and I mean, he might have some Zerglings out, but he needs a Hydrosten or something like that. Yeah, he's just going for a normal 3-hatch build against Bio. Okay, he does have a colony down. Maybe he suspects something. So if he can get that Sun Colony up, he might be able to hold off. And no, he's also suspecting the bunker rush, though. So Zergling's coming out. The bunker may just be a distraction. And their Vulture backing up the bunker rush. Wow, this is an interesting combination of tactics here. He's actually using the Vulture to micro against the Zerglings so the bunker can go up. The Sunken Colony goes up. The bunker goes up as well. The 2 Marines jump in the bunker. The Vulture is dodging about. He's got 2 SCVs there. If he can take out those SCVs, he might be able to kill the bunker off eventually. The SCVs go down. The bunker is now under fire from the Sunken Colony and the Lings, and it's finally going to go down. And the Sunken Colony stays... Is it gonna... Yes, the Sunken Colony stays alive. And that's gonna be able to protect from more Vultures running in as well. So, a really interesting gambit. And, NaDa the genius Terran coming up with another really, really interesting, well-thought-out maneuver there. But it just didn't quite work out exactly how he wanted it to due to the really, really quick Sunken Colony response by YellOw.
That was a really nice response in general. He just felt the suspicion, got the Sun Colony down just in time. NaDa now going for a fast expansion, which is actually kind of clever here. YellOw a little bit more in a defensive posture. You could see he actually pulled a lot of the stuff off gas. He's expecting another Vulture to be out there to maintain map control. Looks like, let's see if he decides to get a little aggressive after it. Well, actually, he can't really until the Hydralisk Den gets up. But ultimately, yeah, NaDa just playing a really big economy game. You can see he doesn't have any SCVs on gas, just going to chill, get the economy up. But yeah, I'm surprised YellOw didn't just get him completely taken out by the attack. NaDa very cleverly placing it where you just don't have the common scouting path. No drone sent off the 12th hatch. YellOw was trying to play it pretty economically savvy. Didn't want to go in the drone completely. Yeah, it was just the worst combination, yet YellOw survived somehow. And I think he actually ended up ahead in that economic exchange. Because, first of all, YellOw, he's got that second hatchery. He didn't lose all that many drones in that attack. NaDa gonna float it to the 6 o'clock location, try to build another Vulture and get some more kills. This could definitely help him out and definitely put him ahead economically here if he has some success. But it looks like an Overlord is gonna be right there to spot it.
Yeah, that Overlord is now getting within range. The Zergling's already there to run over there. He may be able to pull off a Vulture already. Yeah, it looks like he is producing a Vulture. There's a Hydra there too, though, so I think it's going to get shut down. He might even be better off just canceling the Vulture at this point and running that factory out. But he's probably going to lift it as soon as the Vulture is made and then try and run it past. And no, he's going to even make us... No, he's not even going to bother lifting it at the moment. But the Vulture does get away from the Hydralisk. He may be able to get a couple drone kills off this. In the meantime, YellOw, with a bunch of Zerglings heading over there, NaDa setting up his bunker at the front of his base, but I don't know if that one bunker is going to be enough. It's not going to be up in time. The Zerglings coming in, not quite enough Marines in there. He's microing them backwards, trying to get the SCVs in the way of the Zerglings. He does it to an extent, but not enough, and the Zerglings slaughter the Marines. Marines getting a couple kills still, but oh no! He stopped that one Marine, did not get it in the bunker, although the SCVs do finish off the hurt Zerglings. Only a single Zergling survived. It looks like it, I didn't see if it ran back over there. It looks like it did run into NaDa's base to get a little bit of a scout in. More Zerglings coming out here for YellOw, though. Really trying to press this home. And really, this is actually going to be Two's advantage because he's got a Spire morphing already. And if he can... Oh, more Zerglings coming in here. Not going to do the job, though. The bunker's up. The SCV's run in the way. And those are not going to do any good at all. More Zerglings en route, though. And this is starting to get a little bit suicidal by YellOw. He's just going to have to go for... he's not got a lot of drones right now, and I think his idea right now is just to try and keep NaDa defensive until the mutas come out, and then basically if NaDa doesn't have a lot of medic Marines around and he doesn't have his turrets up, he's going to die to the Mutalisks, and that's really the goal here, is not to win with these Zerglings. The goal is to win with the Mutalisks, and at this rate he's actually looking like he might do that, because the Spire is almost finished, and NaDa does not even have an engineering base started yet.
Yeah, he's trying to force an overcommitment here on Firebats, essentially, and then run in with the Mutalisks, take everything out, or just even completely run over the secondary. I don't know that NaDa's going to have enough defense, and if he... This is the thing, is even if he doesn't, there's going to be a hatchery in that bottom right-hand corner going up. Granted, YellOw spent a lot of resources. I still think he needs to do something with this attack, because he spent a lot of resources in that attack. Every single one of those Zerglings was a potential drone right there. But nevertheless, this is going to be kind of an interesting attack. I'm curious how successful it's going to be. At the very least, that factory is going to be somewhat vulnerable. NaDa has obviously those comsat stations, wants to get an eye on what's going on. Let's see if he gets a lucky comsat, but he's not going to have a lot of Marines to work with. And some lurkers morphing as well. Wow. Where is he getting this money from? He's building a hatchery. He's got these... Seriously, it's like, where did he get this from? All these Zerglings. He's running an economy that he shouldn't have at this stage. I don't know where he's getting... NaDa sniffing it out. He's getting a second bunker. The question is, will it be in time? And additionally, will he be able to deal with the Mutalisks that are going to be running rampant in his main? He's going to be pretty spread thin. A third bunker going down for NaDa.
Wow, I think it's because he's... I mean, he hasn't spent any gas on anything else. All the gas he spent is on Ling Speed, Lair, and then the Den, and that's pretty much it. And here comes the lurkers in. Oh! And YellOw ran in there, saw those three bunkers, and ran right back out and said, okay, alright, it's containment time. But yeah, he was just saving up gas, and minerals can be cheap, I guess, but I don't know if he even has Mutalisks coming out right now. He may not have had I don't think he would have the minerals to make that many lurkers and mutalisks as well, and all that, and all those zerglings. So it looks like he may have just skipped the mutas and gotten the spire almost as a fake out. So when NaDa comms at it, he would see the spire or something like that. And by the way, that guy, yeah, I'm talking to you who just decided that you had to make a comment about how each Zergling is only half of a larva. You're an idiot, because each Zergling is still technically part of a potential drone. So shut up and delete your comment. Okay. Anyway, but YellOw is getting really ahead now. He's going to be able to drone up. He's got his third base going. He's got a fourth base going in the kind of top right there at about 2 o'clock. He's got a nice solid contain on NaDa, and NaDa has the starport down. He's got his factory. It's still going to be a little bit before he can get out of this containment, though, and that is all the time that YellOw's going to need to get his drone count up and really get his economy going. And he's already got all his major tech. I would not be surprised if he's also getting a Queen's Nest right now, because I've seen him do that a lot lately, where he'll tech really, 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 really fast, and I'm just trying. And interesting, he's got that group of Marines back there. I wonder if that's to hide the Marine count, or if that's to maybe protect the first vessel from a Scourge sniping or something like that. Yep, look at that. Hive already. Defiler Den already. And another hatchery going down in his base. So YellOw doing everything at once. Oh, that's why they were back there. They're waiting for a dropship, which is going to come around here. Is he going to be able to see those Scourge in time to dodge it? Right now, the dropship is right en route to those Scourge.
Oh, this is going to be devastating. The Scourge waiting. Oh, wow.
No.
That wasn't even.
Oh, no.
That was really, really sad. Like, let's run. That was a good anticipation on YellOw's part. And this is the thing. It's a hard map when you're just playing even heads up against the Zerg. Right now, YellOw has 3 gas. He has Hive Tech. He has Lurkers. He has Defilers. He's got Nidus Canals. NaDa expended a lot of his economy early on with some of that cheese. He went dropships, didn't get anything done with it. Granted, he needed to do it. YellOw's basically got map control at the moment. He's got enough to fend NaDa kind of wandering out and immediately getting kind of repelled back here. And that 3 o'clock base is up in the meantime. I mean, yeah, there's a science vessel, but what NaDa needs to do is he just needs to pull all of his SCVs off the line right now. Just all of them. Everything. Just throw at YellOw right now and try to sneak a victory that way.
I don't know if that's exactly the key to victory, but yeah, he does need to put some pressure on YellOw. Definitely needs to put some pressure, and that's what the dropship is for. I mean, I would have said that, you know, in this kind of a situation normally, I'd be saying, wow, the Terran really needs to get a dropship in there or something and put some pressure back on the Zerg, get some kills back. And NaDa knew that also, obviously, and was trying to do that. Just unluckily ran straight into those Scourge there. And now he's trying to push out. I think he's just going to... It looks like he's just going to try and set up... I don't know if he's going to push or not, or if he's just going to try and take a third base. Yeah, he's running an SCV over to try and take that third base regardless. He may push at the same time and, you know, use the offensive defense, or the best defense being an offense. And here comes YellOw coming in with... Oh, he's got Swarm now as well, taking out that front tank. More tanks in the back are going to be able to deal with that Swarm pretty easily. And an Irradiate out as well. NaDa only has 1 or 2 vessels out, though, since he's been spending a lot of money on the tanks as well, so he hasn't been able to pump out as many vessels. Yeah, 2 vessels now going out. But now this is going to get really interesting. We've got the Swarm out. We've got Lurkers all over the place, and it's going to be up to NaDa to basically micro his butt off. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah. Attack drones. There's a ton of drones in that front group with YellOw space, and this is actually kind of interesting because the middle of Tornado, there's actually a lot of room for flanking. Terran's exactly in this position, so, and it looks like YellOw's exploiting that pretty well. NaDa needs to be very careful with this attack that he just doesn't get completely crushed, because he's not going to have a lot of maneuvering room to work with. Looks like YellOw already has a pretty sizable army behind there. He has some Lurkers in front, he has some Zerglings along the side, so NaDa, I almost feel like he can't really commit to this attack. Granted, he is going to have that additional base going, but I think he's got to be a little bit more concerned about how YellOw's building up all of this gas. It looks like he's moving it. This is a brilliant positioning tactic by YellOw, I think, though, because where he has his army, he's got it just basically set up for a nice pincer attack at both locations. See if he's going to bring it down. He's actually leaving it in the middle of the map for whatever reason right here, and he's going to use his Nidus Canal to bring the troops in instead. It looks like he's now bringing up that army from outside of his base. This army might be able to break through. There is a swarm right there, but there's still a lot of medic marines. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough, though. Finally, the army in the middle of the map coming around, and it looks like, ouch, those science vessels are actually pretty key. Yeah, things just not working out well for NaDa altogether. Oh, Oh man, but anyway, things not working out well for NaDa here. It really, I almost feel like YellOw's been kind of in control of this game ever since that failed cheese. Looks like there was an attempt there. You can see that lurker blood that was splattered. It's almost like a squash out on the ground. I mean, but you know, red, whatever. And a Scourge just hanging out, chilling,
A
taking a look there.
squash?
Yeah,
I mean, like the
squash on the
gourd?
ground. The gourd. Like when you smash it on the ground, you just got that. Anyway, NaDa's starting to populate that 12 o'clock location, but it's going to be far too late. He didn't even pause. YellOw didn't even have to pull drones off the line at that 3 o'clock base. That's 4 gas Zerg. And yeah, he's going to be just running smoothly the rest of this game, I think. With that plus the map positioning, it's going to be very difficult for NaDa to come out with this game.
NaDa at least does have a major upgrade advantage. That's the one thing he does have going for him at the moment. He's got 2 weapons and 1 armor, if I saw correctly. YellOw has 1 carapace and no attack upgrades on melee or range. So NaDa actually has a pretty significant upgrade advantage there. He's got basically 1 up on both. Yeah, anyway, he's got a 2 upgrade advantage in total upgrade numbers. Oh, NaDa needs to back up from those. Oh, man. NaDa is, whoa, that is a really, really surprising thing to see from NaDa, actually. NaDa is always microing all of his units all the time. He very rarely slips, so losing an entire control group of Marines to not pulling those Marines back for just the wrong moment, and that has got to hurt. But he is at 3 bases now, though, and he's pumping out a lot of Marines and medics, I got to say. Looking to get a 4th base. He's actually got a 4th command center building that side base, and he's able to put out a large enough army that he is keeping YellOw from just completely overrunning him. YellOw seems to be trying to play a more longer-term game where you just bunker. Well, not literally bunker since he's Zerg, but
Bunker.
bunker, mushroom. But you know, just playing with NiDa's canals and defending everywhere. Major play going down there, and the other defiler coming in from the other side. Just, don't want to go that way. But now he's going to surround this army. Some swarms on those plagued units. Oh man, cracklings running in, lurkers running in. Not good at all. Those are going to get slaughtered as well. And now, actually, it's looking a little bit worse for NaDa. What I was just saying about him being able to pump out a lot of units and not get overrun. If YellOw wanted to, he could just walk swarms all the way up to NaDa's front door right now. I don't know if he's going to do that. He may just wait for the ultras and just, you know, I mean, he's taking a 5th base, and that's what he's doing with it. Instead of trying to run over NaDa right now, he's just trying to play a longer game. And actually taking up... Yeah, only 5 bases. Whoa, did you see that mine, like, following those lurkers? Oh, man. But those vessels just got plagued, and that could be... I mean, that could be key to this game, because they are staying on about even economic footing here, and... But NaDa's going to need that vessel swarm, and if those get picked off, he's really going to be in major trouble.
Here in a minute, YellOw's going to start fielding that big Ultralisk army. He's also got swarm. I kind of like what NaDa tried to do there. He had some vultures out. The ultras just kind of out in mass now. He tried to basically use vultures to protect against the lings, get some mines planted, deal with the ultras as they're being fielded. 2 Mutalisks overhead, and you know what that means. But yeah, it looks like bye-bye science vessels. But the Ultralisks, they are on the march. Yeah, this is going to be pretty bad. It looks like some Zerglings just dying in open field, but it doesn't make a difference because I don't think there's level 3 weapons, level 2 armor, and that's really what you need to deal with Ultralisks even without Swarm at this stage, or at least a ton of Irradiate, and it looks like there is a little bit of Irradiate, but yeah, Scourge right there as well as Mutalisks just having a field day. It's like a carnival for them. And the Ultralisk just running like crazy up the field and just destroying absolutely everything. Looks like they're going to be able to walk all the way into that natural secondary and pummel everything. NaDa, I gotta say, even at the early stage of this match, it has looked very disturbed, more disturbed than I think I've ever seen him look at any point of his career ever.
Disturbed? What do you mean by disturbed exactly?
Look the look on his face. He's like, I'm pissed and I'm frustrated. That's very rare for NaDa.
Yeah.
Even when he tends to be losing, he'll have focus and intensity. Here he just looks angry.
Look at how lead he is, though. Even in the midst of all this, putting his Marines inside the barracks so that the Ultralisks can't get at them, and like piling that group on the ramp so that they were able to kill off those Ultras slowly. Oh no! YellOw took his 4th base. Oh, that's harsh. The command center floating on her head now has a hatchery underneath it. Yeah, NaDa's base is in full breach now, and he is probably gonna. Well, he's probably gonna get rid of this stuff eventually, unless YellOw comes in and like does a drop or something like that. And well, never mind, never mind. His other bases are now getting overrun after all. So yeah, it looks like this is probably gonna be the end there. NaDa, being clever to the end. Look at those ultras. Well, oh no! I was like, how did that ultra get in? Oh, it got dropped in the middle there, and lurkers as well. That's gonna seal the deal. Oh man, and that that's got to be frustrating for NaDa. At more than one point in his history, he's been the top player, in the game, and he just beat YellOw 2-0. So it's got to be a little bit frustrating to now lose to YellOw as well. But well done by YellOw. He played that game really well, like you said, after pulling off that cheese.
All right, moving on to game 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for listening.
GG.